It's getting to the point where I'm no fun anymore. I am sorry. Sometimes it hurts so badly I must cry out loud. I am lonely. I am yours. You are mine. You are what you are. You make it hard. Remember what we've said and done and felt about each other. Babe, have mercy. Don't let the past remind us of what we are not now. I am not leaving. I am yours. You are mine. You are what you are. You make it hard. Tearing yourself away from me now. You are free to leave. But I am crying. This does not mean I don't love you. I do. That's forever. Yes, and for always. I am yours. You are mine. You are what you are. You make it hard. Something inside is telling me that I've got your secret. Are you still listening? Here is the lock, and I've got the key to your heart. And I love you. I am yours. You are mine. You are what you are. You make it hard, and you make it hard, and you make it hard, and you make it hard. Friday, Sunday in the afternoon. What have you got to lose? Tuesday morning, please be gone. I'm tired of you. What have you got to lose? Can I tell it like it is? Listen to me, baby. It's my heart that's sorry. That's what I have to do. I've got an answer. I'm going to fly away. What have I got to lose? Will you come see me? Saturday. Hey, what have you got to lose? Chestnut brown canary, ruby-throated sparrow, sing the song, don't be long, fill me to the marrow. Voices of the angel ring around the moonlight, asking me, say she's so free, how can you catch the sparrow? Lacy lilting lyric, losing love lamenting. Change my life, make it right, be my lady.
$7.99 meat and $3. It's more meal for your money.
For more than 35 years, Fisher Houses have been there for military and veteran families, saving more than $610 million. The foundation is on the road to building 100 Fisher Houses across the country and overseas. Learn more at fisherhouse.org.
Early birds always rise to the occasion for summer vacation planning because early gets you closer to the action. So don't be late. Book your next vacation early on Vrbo and save over $530 on week-long stays. Average savings $550. Select homes only. Minimum 7-day stay required.
To replace him, Council Chair Phil Mendelson says 29 have said they're interested.
The process is one where I put forth this what is the case that appointments by the council are nominated by the chair, and I intend to do that this month.
He says they'll vote in a special session for someone to hold Duffy's at-large seat until a special election in June for someone to serve the rest of his term, which ends next January. The Gaithersburg City Council could get an earful tonight during a public hearing on a plan to redevelop the beloved Rio, adding 500 multifamily residential units and 43,000 square feet of retail. Developers say it would enhance the existing offerings at the popular spot, but nearly 500 people signed a Change.org petition opposing the plan, calling it unnecessary commercial overdevelopment. Checking your money, the Dow closed up 594 points, the Nasdaq up 160. Traffic and weather next.
Most people would rather remove a nest of irate hornets than search for auto and home insurance. That's why the Zebra searches for you, comparing over 100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Compare today at thezebra.com. I think I'll wait inside.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One and member FDIC.
Bright Focus Foundation's Alzheimer's disease research program is paving the way for a cure. Learn about symptoms, diagnosis, and breakthrough research at brightfocus.org or call us at 1-855-345-6237 for free resources.
What would you do with 3 extra weeks this year? Get 50% off your first 6 months of Gusto payroll and get that time back. Gusto saves you 2 days every month on payroll taxes and compliance. So you can go from payroll runs to donut runs, crunching numbers to crushing goals, admin to adventure. Switching now means no need to transfer your payroll history either. Choose a future with Gusto and get more time for what matters. For a limited time, get 50% off your first 6 months at gusto.com/small business. That's gusto.com/small business.
Jim Rome takes on sports.
Why? Because you're not playing me.
With rapid fire takes.
Y'all went from the Super Bowl straight to the toilet bowl. He's not over the NFL. The NFL is over him.
Scorching debates.
All the good, all the bad, all the ups, all the downs.
He's the Spitfire of sports smack.
Sorry for what I said because it was appropriate when I said it, but I can't say it anymore, dude. You are killing the game.
The Jim Rome Show podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Here's Michelle Murray in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Sidewalk traffic on the inner loop between the Georgetown Pike and the Spur, and on the inner loop near the Claire Barton Parkway, there is a disabled vehicle blocking the right lane, and delays continue on the inner loop to Bethesda in towards College Park. Earlier accidents on the inner loop between the Eisenhower Avenue connector and Van Dorn Street now moved to the right shoulder. Outer loop still heavy from Van Dorn Street to the Wilson Bridge. There is an accident on the BW Parkway northbound at 450 in the right lane with traffic jam from Kenilworth Avenue. And an accident now on 66 westbound after the Roosevelt Bridge, and another one westbound at the George Washington Memorial Parkway as traffic jam from Constitution Avenue. Now from GarageBoyRepair.com, the WMAL Storm Watch and Forecast.
We're in the 30s overnight, a milder day tomorrow in the lower to middle 50s, and near 60 Wednesday and Thursday. I'm 7 News meteorologist Steve Rudin of the First Alert Weather Center.
Right now, 41 in Washington. I'm Heather Curtis on WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Mark Levin.
Deep in the bowels of a hidden bunker, somewhere under the brick and steel of a nondescript building, we've once again made contact with our leader, Mark Levin.
Mark Levin, this is a comeback, finally, after 2 weeks. I've been chomping at the bit. We do need a little break now and then to get our energy up. To step back and take note of what's going on around us. I'm fit. I'm ready for the fight. I want to thank you. I'm blessed by all of you out there, our wonderful affiliates, Satellite, and all the rest. Thank you. I hope you had a fantastic Christmas, a fantastic New Year's, and here we are starting 2026. And there's a great deal to talk about, and I am ready. I'm ready. But before we do, I want to make an announcement to you, something that I think is very exciting. And of course, I hope you'll participate in this. We're going to expand our reach and our platform into areas where we're not as represented as I feel we need to be. We're going to do this in a way where we actually muscle up our existing platforms in talk radio, on TV, and so forth. Now, during the last few weeks, my crew, in the last few weeks, I've been working on a special project that I want to share with you, and I'm very excited about. First, to be clear, I'm committed to and have always been committed to talk radio. I grew up with it, I love it, and I want it to grow and expand. I want to emphasize this. This program has been airing for nearly a quarter of a century, and I'm extraordinarily appreciative of Westwood One, my syndication partner, and all of our wonderful affiliates, all of which are outstanding. And the same goes for all the radio broadcast companies that carry this program. We're heard on over 400 stations throughout the country, big, strong stations that can actually be heard. I want to thank SiriusXM Satellite, a terrific partner that has run this show for years, and they've run it live. They're great. But what we're working on, and hope to launch in the next few weeks if possible, and I'm committed to this sooner than later, is a brand new independent video podcast. The initial plan is 4 days a week, about 30 minutes each, to be run in the morning, subject to modification. But that's my intention, and that's the plan, and I'm working on it hard. In fact, I've been working on it for 2 weeks. And we're well on the way to doing exactly that. Now, why would I do this? I already have this wonderful nationally syndicated radio program, which I said is the mothership and will always be the mothership of what we do here. And I believe it's better and stronger than ever. And yet I have every intention of continuing to work hard and focus like a laser on this radio program. And there's Life, Liberty, and Levin on Fox, my top-rated cable show that runs on Saturday and Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And given the demand for that program, I, of course, have no intention of leaving that. In fact, I have new plans to continue to improve that show as well. 2026 is very exciting. It's going to be terrific. The reason for a video podcast is simple. This year marks the 250th anniversary of the founding of our great country. And I want to do everything humanly possible to spread the word, to create incitement and enthusiasm for this country, to provide more real history, to talk about real American heroes, our founders, our founding documents, and do all I can, because it's not being taught, it's not being promoted, it's not being discussed in the mass media, especially among young people who are now being subjected to brainwash, who are now, in many cases, not all for sure, being turned against us. We have an enemy within. The big teachers' unions, the Marxist Islamists, the radical neo-fascist woke right, and others. We're filling our fellow citizens, especially younger people, with poison and self-hate about this country. And I must admit, I am convinced that video podcasting is taking a very dark and hateful turn. I've spent the last few weeks watching things that I never thought I'd see before. That's not to say there aren't outstanding podcasters. There certainly are. But I'm talking about those who are building audience with vile and racist and bigoted and, quite frankly, filthy shows filled with filthy language. I want to counter this as well, especially because I fear, again, for the next generation, that they are getting influenced by this. There will be no F words. There will be no smoking dope. There will be no fake historians and fake economists, no weird comics. And most of all, we will demonstrate our love for this country. I will not abandon capitalism for collectivist BS or join the woe is me stereotypes and propaganda when addressing challenges we all face, including young people and including young men. I will discuss how anyone can make it in this wonderful country, thanks to freedom and capitalism, and our Constitution, hard work, commitment, using your God-given smarts and talent. That's what we're about. And I will explain that success is a good thing. Merit is a good thing. And we are a great people, and that's why we are a great people. I've always had faith in you, Mr. and Mrs. America. I know we, the people, crave real knowledge, information, and learning. I hear this everywhere I go, including during my book signings. There are fewer and fewer places where this is taking place. And we patriots, we constitutional conservatives, we must take back the narrative. We must engage in real debates and spread the word of Americanism. No, I will not debate and give any other platform of legitimacy to Nazis, to white supremacists, to racists, to bigots, to foreign agents, that is, individuals who are on government payrolls of other countries. They seek attention. They seek platforming. They're not going to get it from me. This will not be effectively the Jerry Springer Show as a video podcast or the old Geraldo Show and so forth. You and I have self-respect and standards and ethics. This isn't cowardice. This is about controlling our own agenda, advancing our principles, beliefs, and values. Not giving grifters and worse opportunities to poison the well. This will in no way detract from this radio show. In fact, the video podcast will also highlight my radio show and bring additional listeners as we spread the word on more platforms. One is not in competition with the other, but rather they work in conjunction with and support each other. And I'm in a unique position to do this. I'm in a unique position to do this. This is the second biggest syndicated national radio program in America, in fact, on the planet. Despite what Talk Magazine has to say and all the other phonies with their lists. Ignore their lists. But this requires building another infrastructure, ensuring we have the right equipment and all the rest. But it's being done. It's being done on a minimal budget. There will be no investors but me, just me. No billionaires, no foreign countries involved in any way. I've always prided myself on my independence. And this project will be no different. So I will give you the details when we're ready to go. The name of the show is Liberty's Voice. Liberty's Voice. Because that's what we're about here. Liberty. Individual liberty. I'm very excited about this. Each platform has its benefits, has its opportunities. But I'm uniquely situated because of all the work you and I have done over the decades to expand our radio presence, to expand on our podcast, to expand on TV. And I intend to do it all because of you. Because of you. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
In Arlington, there is an accident on 66 westbound at the George Washington Parkway with the right lane block. Traffic is jammed from Constitution Avenue. Delays continue westbound between the Beltway and 123 and from Route 28 in Centerville towards Business 234. Now in Prince William County, there is an accident northbound on the Prince William Parkway at Wellington Road. That has traffic jam from University Boulevard. And in Sterling, keep in mind that Waxville Road is still closed in both directions between Broderick Drive and Pacific Boulevard due to ongoing fire department activity. On the BW Parkway northbound at 450, there is still a crash blocking the right lane and delays begin at Kenilworth Avenue. Now from GarageRepair.com, the WMAL Snow Watch and Forecast.
Tonight, mostly cloudy with lows in the mid-30s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with highs in the mid-50s.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps stand ready to defend the American way of life. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Your phone has a lot of apps, but how many of them help you make sense of your world? The new WMAL app gives you the latest headlines, perspective from the voices you trust, and weather info to keep you in the know, all without having to remember yet another password.
Yeah, I'm all right with that.
Stream your favorite shows, get the day's top headlines, and access our podcast archives, all with the new WMAL app.
Thank you.
Get the WMAL app today on Google Play or the Apple App Store, and stay connected. Making sense of your morning.
Lots of coverage here on that developing story.
O'Connor and Company. Weekday mornings from 5 to 9.
Larry O'Connor here getting you through your morning.
Making sense of Washington.
Asking some very specific questions, some legitimate questions.
Making sense of the double standard.
And here's the latest example.
Making sense of the headlines.
Let me break it down for you, because there's plenty to break down here.
O'Connor and Company with Larry O'Connor. Mornings from 5 to 9. News Talk 105.9. WMAL. Making sense of the news.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and zero weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping. Try our delicious IQ Bar sampler pack with 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, and 4 enhanced coffee sticks. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ Bar.
Go to eatiqbar.com and enter code TASTE to get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping. Again, go to eatiqbar.com and enter code TASTE.
There's no magic to improving your credit, but there is help, and it's free. Go to creditfairy.org. That's creditfairy.org. Brought to you by the Consumer Bankers Foundation, the Leadership Conference on Civil Rights Education Fund, and the Ad Council.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Maybe you haven't heard about us. We're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless has you paying for more data than you might need. Why? They might want you to cover the costs of younger people who do use all that data. If you're not using the data, you're probably being used. We've heard time and time again that some Big Wireless customers get stuck paying hundreds and even thousands more for years and years because they think it's hard to switch. Not with us. It takes just about 20 minutes and you can change your plan anytime without extra charges. We use the same towers as the big guys, so you'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Our plans start at just $20 a month, and for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Making sense of your world.
Thank you for your clear insight.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
This is a major wake-up call.
Making sense of the news. WMAL. Making sense of party politics, because somebody's got to hold their feet to the fire. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
I don't know how anybody could be a Democrat anymore. The word salad excuses. Pathetic. Your party stands by genocidal maniacs, Marxists, Islamists. Your party hates freedom, democracy, republicanism. Your party hates America. Your party hates capitalism. The American citizenry, which you seek to replace. I got plenty to say about that and them. I spent 2 weeks on the internet intensely. It's not my home. Watching the podcasters, the phony influencers, people who are posting. I want to talk about that later. And I want them to know something. Those of you who continue to trash our country and the American people, those of you who continue to spread racism and bigotry, those of you who continue to bash Christians and Jews, those of you who continue to trash, our commander-in-chief, I'm at war with you. You mean nothing to me. Have had worse challenges than low IQ comics, Carlson, frauds like Bannon, chameleons like Kelly, and the list is a long one. That is not why I'm doing a new podcast. I'm going to go over their heads. I'm going to go around them. I'm going to go around under them. If people are interested, they will watch and listen. If they're not, they won't. We're going to offer people an opportunity to celebrate our nation, to celebrate our principles, to spread the word. To spread the word. There's way too much garbage on the internet, way too much garbage in podcasting, phony influencers who literally represent nobody, which Donald Trump has demonstrated yet again, and I'll get into that in a moment. This is our 250th anniversary. It's really our 251st, but who's counting? We're going to have fun. It's going to be intriguing. It's going to be entertaining, very interesting. Open to people of all ages, people of all persuasions and backgrounds. I will not platform psychos, Nazis, bigots. There's enough of that already. But let's begin to talk about Venezuela and work our way back. Venezuela is not only the biggest drug narco operation on the face of the earth, second only communist China, but it was becoming a base in our hemisphere for China, for Russia, for North Korea and Iran. An intelligence base, soon to be a military base. They nationalized our oil companies. Maduro was a nobody, plucked out of obscurity by Hugo Chavez. Hugo Chavez ran for office as a liberal Democrat, much like Castro. But he was obviously a Stalinist, much like Castro. Maduro had opponents imprisoned and assassinated, people tortured, hundreds of thousands of people left Venezuela. He emptied his prisons and his psych wards, as the president has said, sending them and his international gang members to our country. His last meeting was with Communist China as they were plotting their next event against the United States. What Donald Trump did was the action of a great leader, a statesman, a commander-in-chief. You can see all the Lilliputians, all the cockroaches. And now the light has shown us who they are for the 4,000th time. Rooting for the enemy. Carlson rooting for the enemy. Owens rooting for the enemy. That whole cabal. Just like the Democrat Party, as an institution and individually, rooting for the enemy. The Marxist Islamists, now with their base in the biggest city, the most important financial capital in the world, rooting for the enemy. Protesters funded by Communist China and other enemy nations taking to the streets. Protesters funded by Soros. We need to stand up to this, and we will. We have a president of the United States who's truly a historic and iconic figure. And if we're not able to push back and get this under control in the next 3 years under Donald Trump, it's going to be very, very difficult to get it done at all. More when I return.
WMAL.
If your credit card balance is freaking you out after all the holiday spending, I have something that can save you money right now. Cut your cell phone bill in half by switching to Pure Talk Saver Plan. Just $20 a month for unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on Pure Talk's super-fast nationwide 5G network. As a veteran-led company that cares about giving back to those who serve, if you're active or former military or a first responder, you'll save an additional 20% every single month. The easiest way to free up cash flow is to reduce your monthly recurring bills. Start with cutting overpriced wireless and switching to my wireless company. Just dial pound 250 and say Mark Levin, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will help you switch in just minutes. Again, talk, text, and data, just $20 a month. Dial pound 250, say Mark Levin, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Dial pound 250, say Mark Levin. Pure Talk is America's wireless company.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 6:30. I'm Heather Curtis. A defiant Nicolas Maduro says during his arraignment in New York City today that he's a decent man and still the president of Venezuela. He and his wife, Celia Flores, pleaded not guilty to drug and weapons charges and are now back in a Brooklyn jail cell. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth said today that on Saturday, nearly 200 great Americans grabbed an indicted individual wanted by American justice in support of law enforcement without a single American killed. Maduro says he was kidnapped. If you're going inside a building owned or used by the city of Manassas Park and aren't a cop or security guard, leave your gun at home. A new law is now in effect banning the possession of firearms and ammo inside those buildings.
If Trump kidnapped this guy, how much is the ransom he's asking from Venezuela? Is there a ransom? And when you kidnap somebody, you hide them. You don't bring them into a fucking courtroom where he's out in the public somewheres. Why, you fucking morons. About it, DA. DA, you don't dare to debate me over anything. You're a coward, DA. You're a coward, just like Tom Carlisle.
Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night. Like
You guys' lives are so miserable, you got to involve yourself with mine. Wiggin, you screaming at your woman like that you're listening to Billy is fucking. I should shut Mark Levin down right now and just play that.
Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
I was choosing alcohol over my family. That's when I made the call. Now I'm finding better ways to cope.
I'm a grown man. I can handle my booze. I'm not immature like you fuckers are.
My baby brother, a father. Come on, it's time for us now.
I would never treat my girlfriend or my wife like what I see you doing, Wiggin. Frosty and I were actually together. You think I'd fucking talk to her like that? The minute she interrupted me with something like that on the panel, I just reach over and play milk, lemonade, turn the corner fight just made. And all she could do is sit there and smile and giggle. You're an idiot, Wiggin. You snorted too much coke, boy. You really did. You snorted too much fucking coke. YouTube is not your forte because you're a fraud. And you know, back in the 80s, when they talked about this going out into the public, available to the public, that's what they talked about. The frauds would try to take over this. And that's exactly what you guys have been doing. people like 6 Feet Under and Vanguard and Paul Beach Life and Whippermantle and Dutchie. This fucking yummy character. And then we have our homegrown here. Logical fallacy. The Holocaust is fake. They believe it. I say it. They believe the Holocaust is fake. As you and Petro sits there and fucking plays grab ass. Wiggin wouldn't be using that phrase if you didn't hear me say it. My words get repeated all the time. Smoke on the water.
Mark Levin, America's passionately cerebral voice.
Hi, Zara.
With that voice now, 877-381-3811.
I understand. Let me say briefly, I'd like to move into a few things here, that I am uniquely a target of the Marxist Islamists and the neo-fascist woke right. In May, I decided, as you know on this radio, all you Levinites, to confront them and take them on. At that time, the main issue was Iran. It was not just Iran, as I pointed out. It's much more. Much more. This is a cabal, a neo-fascist woke right. It conducts itself like the Marxist Islamist left. Same propaganda techniques, same demagoguery, same pretense that they stand for the people. Except the neo-fascist woke right pretends to be one of us, to be one of you. They're none of us. They're not me. Familiar faces who gain notoriety in different jobs that they couldn't hold for the most part. For a variety of reasons, ideological, financial, and others. They've turned into modern-day Tokyo Roses, modern-day Benedict Arnolds. The president has rejected them. The president essentially ignores them by his actions. When I began this battle with these people, there was nobody else. I would get calls from people. We're now engaging, and I am thrilled. The more the merrier. Telling me, keep it up. And I would say to them, I am. Where are you? So in the last 9 months, we've achieved a lot here on this radio program in particular. I think we've opened a lot of eyes. We've grown a lot of spines in this industry and in other parts of the communication world where people now feel they can speak out, where they can name names. It was simply not that way in May and June. And you, Mr. and Mrs. America, you've stood tall. You understand. You're smart. You're knowledgeable. That's why I'm blessed. I've always said you're the smartest of audiences, the smartest of the smart. I was the leader in the Reagan Revolution, the Tea Party movement, Convention of States. And I like to feel I'm a leader in defending this president. But most of all, I will always remember what Rush told me. I knew it, and he emphasized it. He said, look, Mark, the key is this. Treat your audience with respect. Never take your audience for granted. I've lived by those words, and I always will. The neo-fascist woke right, they think you're stupid. They try to manipulate you. They use slogans. They use Solinsky tactics, targeting people, personalizing it, attacking them. They use phony experts and then complain when you use real experts. It's okay. We're on to them. You're on to them. They're going to unravel. They're already started. Donald Trump is a great president. I've told you this before, and you know it already. He's an iconic, historic figure. He decides what policies he will institute. He's not an isolationist. He's not a socialist. He's not a bigot. He's not a Christian basher. He's not a Jew hater. He's not a racist. He's not a pacifist. He's a red-blooded American. I want you to think about this. Ronald Reagan freed the people of the Soviet Union, all those captive nations, hundreds and hundreds of millions of people. Donald Trump is doing the same thing in his second term. He backed Israel to the hill to try and destroy the terrorists who've attacked the United States of America, New York, 25 years ago. And look who they elected now. Donald Trump's not an interventionist. He's not a neocon. He's not all these things, these phrases the sloganeers use, the Alinsky neo-fascists use. He's a red-blooded American. He spent an entire week with Benjamin Netanyahu. His fifth or sixth meeting. Why? Because he believes in the Holy Land. Because he's a man of faith. He's a Christian. Why else? Because business deals aside, he understands without Israel in the Middle East, the dangers in the United States when the terrorists are focused solely and uniquely on the United States, and you and me, Mr. and Mrs. America, become virtually impossible to deal with. He understands that the people of Iran who are protesting now, some of the women being dragged off the streets, some of the injured being dragged out of hospitals, he understands that that regime is a death cult aligned with China, Russia, North Korea, and formerly with the genocidal maniac who ran Venezuela. This is common sense. You see, our enemies are not isolationists. They're not appeasers. They're not peacemakers. They're evil. And reality is reality. Reality is reality. I want to talk about some of this with you. Coincidentally enough, on Friday night, I was at Mar-a-Lago, invited to have dinner there by a friend of mine. The president heard that I was going to have dinner there. He told my friend Sergio, "Will you guys come to my table?" And so we had dinner with the president, and he has me sit directly to his right. And I will say this, Christmas before last, at his club in Florida, the president was sitting there, I was to his right, and Charlie Kirk was to my right. We have people who keep talking about the relationships with Charlie Kirk. We have people who keep saying what Charlie Kirk would say. We have people who keep using Charlie Kirk to advance their own careers. I have done everything humanly possible to do none of that. And he was a dear friend of mine, sat right next to me. And we had discussions about things that are nobody's business. And so Friday night, I sat next to the president. This is a remarkable man, very kind, very decent, a lot of fun, smart as hell. I wish you could all see him in his private moments. Marco Rubio was there, Director of National Intelligence. John Ratcliffe was there. And little did I know, or did we know, what was about to occur. And a good talk with both of those men as well. Others were there, cabinet secretaries. Secretary of Commerce is a remarkable man. Secretary of Interior, same thing. And others. I left at 10:30. And then you saw what happened. Everybody's surprised. And to those of you who are patriots, I bet you were happy, excited, and thankful. And thankful. I want to talk about the facts, about declarations of war, because this is really what I do. I want to talk about the facts, about the Monroe Doctrine, now the Donroe Doctrine. We're going to take a short break, and I'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news. Your phone has a lot of apps, but how many of them help you make sense of your world? The new WMAL app gives you the latest headlines, perspective from the voices you trust, and weather info to keep you in the know, all without having to remember yet another password.
Yeah, I'm all right with that.
Stream your favorite shows, get the day's top headlines, and access our podcast archives, all with the new WMAL app.
Thank you.
Get the WMAL app today on Google Play or the Apple App Store, and stay connected.
Accident activity now in Arlington on westbound 66 at US 50, the George Washington Parkway. The right lane has traffic jam from Constitution Avenue. And this also affects the eastbound side between the Roslyn exit and the George Washington Parkway with the left lane blocked. So watch out for delays in both directions there. Also, you will find accident activity in Prince William County, northbound on the Prince William Parkway at Wellington Road. That has traffic jam from University Boulevard. And there is crash activity on the Baltimore-Washington Parkway northbound at 450 in the right lane. And delays begin at Kenilworth Avenue. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Storm Watch and Forecast.
Tonight, mostly cloudy with lows in the mid-30s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with highs in the mid-50s.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months and whose daughter is due any day. We're with all service members and their families. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
Making sense of the border.
Homeland security is right there at the tippy top of American concerns.
WMAL's Vince Colonnades, weekdays at noon.
You've got to be tough.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
I'm Paula Pan. I help people make the smartest money decisions possible because let's face it, money's too important to wing it.
What you'll hear is a couple money geeks sitting and talking about the stuff that we're so passionate about.
You name it, anything that's on your mind, retirement debt, student loans, saving for college.
It's a personal finance journey. It is a wide-ranging squirrel conversation about the topic of personal finance and good financial planning. Super fun.
Afford anything. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Around the clock updates and uncommon understanding.
Listen to this, because this stuff is going on behind the scenes and you don't know about it.
News Talk 105.9. Making sense of the news.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Taking care of your eyes shouldn't be a hassle. That's why Warby Parker is a one-stop shop for all your vision needs. Our prescription glasses and sunglasses are expertly crafted and unexpectedly affordable. Stop by a nearby store or use our app to virtually try on frames and get personalized recommendations. Did we mention we offer eye exams and take vision insurance too? For everything you need to see, head to your nearest Warby Parker store or visit warbyparker.com today. That's warbyparker.com.
Making sense of your world.
This is no conspiracy theory. This is a fact. Here it is.
Mark Levin, weekdays 6 to 9 p.m.
Listen to this, would you?
News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news. Making sense of your money.
The state of the economy, the ability to afford your life. That's what people want.
WMAL's Vince Colonnades, weekdays at noon.
The kind of thing I pay attention to, I'm looking at.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
Imagine the hospital experience. There's a constant parade of serious doctors, countless tests, and a serious diagnosis. Scary surgeries are followed by painful recoveries. You're in the hospital for days, weeks, months. Now imagine you're a child. This is why Starlight exists. Starlight programs help kids in the hospital cope, build resilience, bolster confidence, and change their outlook. Because happiness matters. Visit starlight.org to learn more.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, you can upgrade to a queen mattress and adjustable base for just $499.99. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details. Making sense of your world on the go. Stream your favorite shows, get the day's top headlines, and access our podcast archives, all with the new WMAL app. This is for you. Get the WMAL app on Google Play or the Apple App Store and stay connected.
While serving in Iraq, our vehicle was hit. They didn't think I was going to make it. I'm Latoya Lucas, and I'm a veteran. I had to learn to live with the scars, both visible and invisible.
DAV helps veterans like Latoya get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year.
My victory is overcoming my wounds so I can help other veterans.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Bright Focus Foundation's Alzheimer's Disease Research Program is paving the way for a cure. Learn about symptoms, diagnosis, and breakthrough research at brightfocus.org or call us at 1-855-345-6237 for free resources.
You won't see the engineer that slams the Nissan Rogue's door 13,920 times, or the corrosive chamber that simulates 15 years of life in 5 months, or the Rogue heat baked for over 300 combined hours. What you will see is a vehicle that can take punch after punch and keep rolling. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. We put it through the worst so you get its best. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
A Better Life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
There's no such thing as multitasking with anything remotely complicated anyway. That's because your brain really can't focus on more than one thing at a time. Instead, what your brain is doing is rapidly switching back and forth between 2 or more tasks. And whether you realize it or not, that is mentally exhausting. Paul Leonardi, a professor at UC Santa Barbara, has written a book about this called Simple Rules for Reclaiming Your Life. The most important one is perhaps the most obvious. Try to limit how many times or how often you switch between tasks. Focus on one thing until you're done, and then move on. You need to think about the space you're in as well. When you work from home, for example, you spend a lot of mental energy drawing boundaries around work and home tasks. Try to stay in the moment and in the zone. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
75 years of research, 75 years of policy.
75 years of opportunity.
75 years of freedom.
This is 75 years of the Muscular Dystrophy Association. Join us at mda75.org.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, I'm Vince Gallahney, host of The Vince Show and Vince Podcast. It's a show with an obsessive focus on what's good for America. I'll give you the truth beneath the headlines of all of the nation's top stories. The Vince Show is redefining news talk with in-depth interviews, live caller interactions, and a front row seat to the most important conversations of the day, every day. The Vince Show and Vince Podcast.
WMAL's Vince Colonnese, weekdays at noon. News Talk 105.9. WMAL, making sense of the news.
Today's students are tomorrow's great thinkers and innovators. But right now, millions of kids don't have the supplies they need. Donor Shoes is a nonprofit that lets you support students and teachers in your community and beyond. Learn more at donorshoes.org.
Blowing out your birthday candles should be easy. But if you have undiagnosed COPD, you may find yourself short of breath. Early diagnosis and treatment can add years to your life. If you have symptoms like wheezing or chronic cough, talk to your doctor and visit copdfoundation.org today.
Every time I feel my baby kick, I sing. You don't understand. I never sing. I'm not good at singing. I'm the only person I know who's been booed off a karaoke stage. But that was before I was pregnant. Today, I'm a singer with a captive audience of one. She doesn't boo me. She never will. We know how it feels. We're the March of Dimes. Find out how we can help you have a healthier baby at marchofdimesbaby.org.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
I am Michael Rosenbaum.
I am Tom Welling.
Welcome to Talkville,
where it's fun to talk about Smallville.
we're going to be talking to sometimes guest stars.
Are you liking the direction Flo is going in?
Yeah, because I'm getting more screen time.
It's good.
But mostly it's just me and Tom remembering.
I think we all feel like there was a scene missing here.
You got me, Tom.
Let's revisit it. Let's look at it. See what we remember.
I
had never been around anything like that before. I mean, it was so fun.
Talkville.
I just had a flashback. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Let's get into it.
At Average Al's Furniture Warehouse, our sofas have cushions, our tables have 4 legs, our recliners recline. So come on by for a perfectly average experience.
Cumulus Digital doesn't stop at average. We work with more than 4,000 local businesses every month, delivering campaigns that beat industry averages by over 25%, driving real, measurable growth. You're not average. Your results shouldn't be either. Visit cumulusdigital.com to start outperforming today.
Need parts fast? Need them now? O'Reilly is fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly Auto Parts stand apart. Get 1 free set of brake pads when you buy 2 Brake Best Select rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10 more. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20 more. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. WMAL, making sense of the economy because it's your money and your retirement. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. True Vitality Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work.
Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
True Vitality Medical Centers, painless breakthrough treatments, eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at True Vitality Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 703-637-1222. 703-637-1222. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 703-637-1222.
Hey, it's Larry O'Connor here with Grow Your Hair Back. Now, let me ask you, are you tired of wasting money on trendy pills and drops and lotions and potions that promise thicker hair but never deliver? Or maybe you're losing hair from weight loss shots or other medical conditions. I get it. And I've got good news. At Grow Your Hair Back, they offer real hair restoration solutions for people who want their own growing hair. That's right, your own hair growing back naturally. Doesn't that sound great? Their caring and confidential team is here to help you look and feel better about yourself. And with the holidays coming up, why not give yourself the gift of confidence? Ditch the ball cap at family dinner. Let's get to the root of your hair problem and help you embrace the new confident you with your own restored head of hair. Many of the patients see real results in as little as 2 office visits. Call today, 703-763-0016, or book your consultation at growyourhairback.com. That's 703-763-0016, growyourhairback.com.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 7. I'm Heather Curtis. Deposed Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife are back in prison after their arraignment in a New York City court today on charges including drug trafficking.
Nicolas Maduro and his wife Celia Flores both entered pleas of not guilty. Maduro told the judge he understands the charges against him and that he was, quote, captured, continuing to proclaim his innocence until the judge cut him off, saying that there would be time to argue his case later. Crowds of protesters and counter-protesters outside with signs reading "No to Criminal Trump Invasion" and "No War for Venezuelan Oil," while others expressed support for President Trump and waved Venezuelan flags. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
A select group of lawmakers will hear more about the U.S. government's plans for the future of Venezuela during a briefing from top administration officials tonight, including Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Secretary of War Pete Hegseth. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries responds to the U.S. running Venezuela.
Are you kidding me? These people don't even know how to run the United States of America.
U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Mike Walls, defends Maduro's arrest during testimony today at a UN Security Council meeting.
There is no war against Venezuela or its people. We are not occupying a country.
Saying this was a law enforcement operation, Jeffrey says it was a military action without congressional approval. If you have any reason to stick around downtown after work, you'll be rewarded with a show in the sky later this hour.
Tonight's the finale of the nightly light shows that have illuminated the Washington Monument since New Year's Eve, and the finale comes with a brief fireworks display that begins at 7:55 p.m. The light display is produced by Freedom 250, a nonpartisan group formed to honor the nation's 250th birthday in July. Organizers say the light show at the monument is, quote, the opening signature moment of a year-long series of marquee national events celebrating the triumph of the American spirit. John Matthews on WMAL and WMAL.com.
Prince George's County officials may have spoken too soon when touting lower crime stats last month.
Significant progress that we have collectively made in reducing crime in Prince George's County.
County Executive Aisha Braveboy on December 15th, but since the start of the new year, Prince George's County has seen a triple shooting and a single fatal shooting, leaving 4 men dead in total to start 2026. The triple shooting at a banquet hall on St. Barnabas Road early Saturday, with a suspect now in custody, though Police Chief George Naders pointed out.
In 80% of the cases, murders are committed by someone known to the victim.
Barbara Britt, WMAL and WMAL.com.
Nader says the man charged with murder in connection with that shooting, Antonio Lancaster, knew the 3 men killed that day. Nader says after the event ended, there was a gunfight in the parking lot.
Pierre Davis and Kayvon Williams, we believe, killed one another in that gunfight.
And then, during a side dispute,
Lancaster murdered Rontez Taquan Proctor.
No word yet on motive. Prince George's County Executive Aisha Braveboy says that banquet hall, Irving's, is closed for now.
We are very serious about holding everyone accountable and responsible.
She says it's problematic for places open that late to not have security. Traffic and weather next.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
You know the rush when you reach that goal, when something you've worked for pays off. That's success. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we believe you should never stop chasing it. That's why we offer a skills-based education that helps move your career forward. Learn how to apply emerging technologies like AI and data science. Build your leadership and critical thinking skills. Apply by February 11th and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Every Nissan Frontier is battle tested. Its frame is twisted. Its door slammed 13,920 times. And its bed drop tested over and over. We do all that to the V6 powered Frontier, so you never have to hold back. Nissan, ranked #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
Traffic and weather on News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Here's Michelle Murray in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
In Arlington, there is still a crash on eastbound 66 between 110 and the George Washington Memorial Parkway, with 2 left lanes blocked and traffic is jammed through the area. You will find accident activity right now on Route 1 southbound near Cherry Lane in Laurel, and in the district in Northeast, an accident on New York Avenue at the Brentwood Parkway. In Loudoun County, there is still fire department activity that has Wax Pool Road closed in both directions between Broderick Drive and Pacific Boulevard, so follow police direction there. And an accident now being reported in Northwest on Constitution Avenue eastbound at 17th Street. Now from GarageBoyCare.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast.
Expect mostly cloudy skies here this evening as our temperatures drop off from the 40s to the 30s. See temperatures starting out Tuesday morning at 30 to 35 degrees. And it's 50 to 55 degrees for Tuesday afternoon with mostly cloudy skies, but back to some sunshine for Wednesday and Thursday. I'm 7 News Chief Meteorologist Veronica Johnson in the First Alert Weather Center.
Right now, 41 degrees in Washington. I'm Heather Curtis on News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Mark Levin.
In the bowels of a hidden bunker, somewhere under the brick and steel of a nondescript building, we've once again made contact with our leader, Mark Levin.
Hello, America. Welcome back. I'm Mark Levin. Our number 877-381-3811, 877-381-3811. The FBI's loss is our gain. Dan Bongino has been a dear friend. He and his wife, and me and my wife, have been friends for some years now. And he's been a fantastic deputy director of the FBI, and now he can speak for himself with the peanut gallery attacking him when they knew he couldn't respond. I suspect he'll respond now, Mr. Producer. But it's always good to have another general in the ranks here because I'll tell you, folks, I'm rolling. This is going to be it's going to be fantastic, and I'm very excited about this radio program, the energy, and the 250th anniversary. I'm very excited about my Fox program, and I'm very, very excited about this new video podcast that we will launch because I view them all as integrated. One developing, expanding, growing the other. And I'm uniquely positioned to do it. Uniquely positioned to do it. And that's what we're going to do. And those of us who believe in constitutional conservatism We're not going anywhere. The rat fix, the frauds, the phonies, the grifters, the bigots, the racists, the Christian bashers, the Jew haters, they're the ones who are going to go somewhere. They may get headlines off of media websites. I don't much care. Now, I want to talk to you. I want to continue our little discussion here about this clause in the Constitution, Article 1, Section 8, Clause 2, declaring war versus making war. Constitution.congress.gov, and you can find it elsewhere. I have over the years, obviously, but it's very succinct and well put. It says in the Constitution, Congress shall have the power to declare war, grant letters of marque and reprisal, and make rules concerning captures of land and water. Of course, there's another provision in the Constitution that talks about the President of the United States being in charge of foreign policy. Some people say this conflicts. Somewhat it does. But it doesn't just lean towards the president's power to make war. It is overwhelmingly the case. In its report containing the first full draft of the Constitution, considered at the Constitutional Convention, the Committee of Detail that was going through all the wording and the provisions and so forth, well, they included a provision granting to Congress the power to make war, M-A-K-E, the power to make war. Now listen, you're going to be the first folks to hear this because it's going to be echoed and regurgitated within 30 minutes, so stick with me. The assignment of this power to Congress and the clause's phrasing, which differed from its counterpart in the Articles of Confederation, prompted a debate among the delegates. Charles Pinckney of South Carolina, who had a lot of influence, made the first remarks about the clause. He objected to including the House of Representatives in the power to make war because he believed it to be too large a body for the quick deliberations necessary for the task. It had 64, it was going to have 65 members at the time. Wasn't that large, but he even said that's too large. The Senate alone, he argued, would be the better option because it would be more acquainted with foreign affairs and most capable of proper resolutions. Now remember, the Senate at that time was chosen by the legislatures of the states. Pinckney also argued that because both small and large states face existential risks from war, the composition of the Senate, with its equal representation of the states, made it more appropriate body. Now, there was a lot of back and forth on this. Pierce Butler of South Carolina, he voiced an objection to either chamber of Congress being assigned the power to make war. Butler advocated instead for vesting the power in the president, who will have all requisite qualities and will not make war but when the nation supports it. Now, why did he believe that? Because the president would be the only official of the United States and the vice president, who had almost no power, but the president, elected by all the people. Now, after Butler's comment, James Madison and Eldridge Gerry, Madison of Virginia and Gerry of Massachusetts, as you know, they moved to change the clause to give Congress the power to declare war. So they removed the make war to declare war. According to Madison's notes, a change was intended to leave the executive the power to repel sudden attacks. Roger Sherman spoke in opposition to the motion, contending that substituting the term declare would narrow congressional authority too significantly. Excuse me. Sherman argued that the original terms make better captured the formulation in which the president was empowered to repel attacks, but he could not commence war on his own. Well, he lost. His position was rejected because they take the word make out and they replace it with declare. Now, Eldridge Gerry, member of Massachusetts, he objected to Butler of South Carolina, earlier raised proposition the clause should be shifted to a presidential power. Jury remarked that he never expected to hear in a Republican motion to empower the executive alone to declare war, Oliver Ellsworth of Connecticut. He highlighted the distinction between making war and making peace. To Ellsworth, it should be more easy to get out of war than into it. George Mason, the great George Mason, he responded to the several lines of argument that had been raised in response to the motion to substitute declare for make. And Mason maintained the president could not be trusted with the power of war and that the Senate was not so constructed as to be entitled to it. Mason endorsed the view that the Constitution should facilitate the process of making peace. And he concluded by stating that he preferred the phrase declare war over make war. So even though Mason didn't want all the power in the presidency, and therefore he didn't say it should be in the Constitution for the president, yes, Congress should not have the power to make war. The delegates then voted on the motion to substitute declare for make. 2 rounds of votes were held, and although the records of the Constitutional Convention provide inconsistent accounts of the first round of voting, obviously we know how the second round turned out. The motion to replace make with declare on the second vote, 8 states voted in favor and 1 against of the delegates who were present, 8-1. To specifically remove from the draft that Congress shall make rather than declare war. Could it be clear now that I've explained it, Mr. Producer? And so you have Democrats, you have pseudo-conservatives, libertarians, of course, Trump haters, running around saying, Congress has to declare war. Congress has to declare war. These would be the same mental midgets running around on birthright citizenship. They may get their day in the Supreme Court, but if the Supreme Court defies the Constitution, shame on them. Shame on them. You now know more during this first segment of this hour and the last segment of the last hour about the declaration of war provision in the Constitution than virtually every senator and congressman in the Capitol. Virtually every media figure, virtually every phony judicial expert, constitutional expert, professor. You know more than they know. I'll be right back.
Mark Lopin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
Every Nissan Frontier is battle tested. Its frame is twisted. Its door slammed 13,920 times. And its bed drop tested over and over. We do all that to the V6 powered Frontier, so you never have to hold back. Nissan, ranked #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Save no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and 0 weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus free shipping. Try our delicious IQ Bar sampler pack with 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, and 4 enhanced coffee sticks. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ Bar.
Go to eatiqbar.com and enter code TASTE to get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping. Again, go to eatiqbar.com and enter code TASTE.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700, plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Did you know you can opt out of winter? With Vrbo, save up to $1,500 for booking a month-long stay. With thousands of sunny homes, why subject yourself to the cold? Just filter your search by monthly stays and save up to $1,500. Book now at Vrbo.com.
The IRS, the world's most aggressive collection agency. They can seize your property, bank account, and garnish your wages. They cause sleepless nights for millions of Americans. Don't be one of them. If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, get protected today. Call 800-242-3186. Coast One Tax Group, protecting your bank, home, and your sleep since 2008. With hundreds of 5-star reviews and an A+ on the Better Business Bureau. Call Coast One Tax Group, 800-242-3186. Stanley from New York owed $93,000. The IRS placed a levy on his bank account. Coast One released the levy and settled with the IRS for $2,000. Mark in Michigan owed $225,000. After Coast One stepped in, Mark walked away paying less than $1,500. Call Coast One now. A 10-minute call can save you up to 93% on your back taxes. Get your fresh start today. That's 800-242-3186.
Sponsored by Coast One Financial Group. Making sense of your world.
I don't know where to begin.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Thanks for taking my call.
Making sense of the news. Know the news. The minute you wake up. O'Connor and Company with Larry O'Connor. 5 to 9 a.m. on WMAL.
In our hemisphere alone, Reagan, 1983, Grenada. No declaration of war, preposterous. Bush 41, 1989, Panama. Now Trump 2026, Venezuela. We've literally had hundreds and hundreds of military actions, some big, like Korea and Vietnam. The Iraq War, you can name many of them, but there have been no declarations of war. Should all those presidents have been impeached? It's, as I said, it's like birthright citizenship. Things get in the public square, they're inaccurate, and yet they stay there because the left wants them to stay there. And they regurgitate, and it's over and over and over again. So, hey, yeah, what about a declaration of war? What about it? Meanwhile, the people who hate the Constitution, who've been telling us for years that it is a white supremacist document, which, by the way, the white supremacists don't even like. Right, Tucker? You get the point. Telling us for years what a trash document it is, and now they wave it around. They only wave it around when they lie about it and try and sabotage a real constitution, like the president, who complies with the Constitution. Which brings us now to the Monroe Doctrine. What in the world is the Monroe Doctrine? Look at the National Archives. Monroe Doctrine was articulated in President James Monroe's 7th annual message to Congress on December 2, 1823. The European powers, according to Monroe, were obligated to respect the Western Hemisphere as the United States' sphere of interest. He must have been a warmonger neocon. President James Monroe's 1823 annual message to Congress contained the Monroe Doctrine, which warned European powers not to interfere in the affairs of the Western Hemisphere. Now, the United States has always taken a particular interest in its closest neighbors, the nations of the Western Hemisphere. Equally understandably, expressions of this concern have not always been favorably regarded by other nations in the hemisphere. The Monroe Doctrine is best known U.S. policy toward the Western Hemisphere, buried in a routine annual message delivered to Congress by Monroe, December 1823, that the United States would not tolerate further colonization or puppet monarchies of Europe. The doctrine was conceived to meet major concerns of the moment, but it became enshrined in U.S. foreign policy until John Kerry, who announced that it would be rejected. But the Monroe Doctrine has been invoked. It was invoked in 1865 when the U.S. government exerted diplomatic and military pressure in support of the Mexican President Juarez. And that enabled Juarez to lead a successful revolt against the Emperor Maximilian, who'd been placed on the throne by the French government. Almost 40 years later, 1904, European creditors of a number of Latin American countries threatened armed invasion to collect debts. President Theodore Roosevelt promptly proclaimed the right of the United States to exercise, quote, an international police power, unquote, to curb such chronic wrongdoing in his so-called Roosevelt Corollary, or extension of the Monroe Doctrine. You see, ladies and gentlemen, listen to these buffoons on TV today. They go into these Sunday shows, or they're interviewed on cable, or whatever the hell. It's just, you become more ignorant by the second. By the second. While the Monroe Doctrine's message was designed to keep European powers out of the Western Hemisphere, Roosevelt would strengthen its meaning to justify sending the United States into other countries of the Western Hemisphere. So he sent the U.S. Marines into Santo Domingo in 1904, Nicaragua in 1911, Haiti in 1915, to keep the Europeans out. Other Latin American nations viewed those interventions with misgiving. Well, so what? In 1962, the Monroe Doctrine was invoked, and the Soviet Union began to build missile launching sites in Cuba. And with the support of the Organization of American States, President John Kennedy threw a naval and air quarantine around the island. And after several tense days, the Soviet Union agreed to withdraw the missiles and dismantle the sites. The United States dismantled several of its obsolete air and missile bases in Turkey to give Khrushchev the opportunity to cover face, but they ousted him anyway. The Monroe Doctrine. President Trump is instituting the Monroe Doctrine, or what he now calls the Donroe Doctrine. And I like that. The Donroe Doctrine. President Trump is abiding by the Constitution. And even more than Constitution, more than all the legalese, more than all the debates, he's a liberator. You know, I was attacked, as always, in May or June when I said, yes, there should be regime change in Iran. Ooh, Levin supports regime change. You know, he supported Iraq too. Everything's not Iraq. But this is where the hooligans go, with their slogans, with their propaganda. Every situation is different. And I still support regime change in Iran for our security. And it will also free tens of millions of human beings in Iran who are under the iron fist of an Islamo-Nazi police state that still is trying to build nuclear weapons and, in fact, is building ballistic missiles. A regime that's backed by communist China, communist North Korea, and fascistic Russia. A regime that is backed by Qatarelson and Bannon, bloated Bannon, and these other buffoons who claim to be America first when they're America last. A regime that effectively was backed by, in fact, funded by the Biden administration. Yes, I favor regime change, as I would have favored regime change during World War II. regime change in order to protect the United States of America. Freedom and democracy. That's who we are. And I stand up tall and speak out loudly in defense of all of it. Because that's what America's all about. Forever wars. No, I don't favor forever wars. The enemy favors forever war. And these buffoons in our country on the left and the woke right, they obviously favor forever wars too, because their appeasement sabotages us and our allies and gives aid and comfort to the enemy. I'll be right back. You know, I don't bring companies onto this program unless I believe and trust them, because you, my audience, you're family to me. And when it comes to talking about hard-earned savings and retirement, I take that responsibility very seriously. That's why I choose Monetary Gold. Monetary Gold is the go-to precious metals company for many Americans who are concerned about rising costs, uncertainty, and the long-term strength of the dollar. They focus on real gold and real silver, products tied to real market value. They've been doing this for 26 years. Through market crashes and recessions, economic upheavals, they've become one of the most respected names in the precious metals business. Call Monetary Gold now at 877-NOW-GOLD. That's 877-NOW-GOLD, or visit marklovesgold.com. Monetary Gold is a company built on trust and built to last. 877-NOW-GOLD, or visit marklovesgold.com. Results can vary. Always consult with your financial and tax advisors before investing.
On the Beltway, first on the Virginia side, you're good to go on the inner loop and on the outer loop. Into Maryland, no delays on the inner loop or on the outer loop in Prince George's County or in Montgomery County. Staying in Montgomery County on 270 between the Beltway and Frederick, lanes are clear on the northbound side and on the southbound side. Back into Prince George's County, if you're traveling between the two beltways, either on the BW Parkway or 95, no reports of any delays between DC and Baltimore. And Route 50 from the Beltway to the Bay Bridge, you're good to go on the eastbound side and on the westbound side. And now for GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Storm Watch 7 forecast.
Tonight, mostly cloudy with lows in mid-30s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with highs in the mid-50s.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Do you want free internet forever? Yeah, we thought so. That's why Spectrum is giving you just that. Free fiber-powered internet forever when you switch and get 4 mobile lines from Spectrum. No internet bills, no taxes, no late fees. Just fast fiber-powered internet. Call 833-901-0178 to find out how. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. Once more, 833-901-0178. Or visit spectrum.com/free forever to learn more.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and zero weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping. Try our delicious IQ Bar sampler pack with 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, and 4 enhanced coffee sticks. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ Bar.
Go to eatiqbar.com and enter code TASTE to get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping. Again, go to eatiqbar.com and enter code TASTE.
This season, FanDuel is putting you in playoff mode. Big boosts, more rewards, and a whole new way to live parlay with Drive SGP. Turn on playoff mode, only on FanDuel.
New customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. 21 plus and present in New York. Must be first online real money wager. $5 deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at fanduel.com/sportsbook. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
You can't make the most of your data if it's stuck in different silos. If it's scattered across the cloud, on-prem, and with your apps, then it's hard to access, hard to work with, and increasingly expensive. Now you can see it all and manage it all from one place. Welcome to Data Done Right. You can start managing your data, not your infrastructure. It's unified, simple, secure, and it's only with a Pure Storage platform. Get started at purestorage.com.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
Well, son, I think so too. Now, have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop in and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal opportunity lender.
Making sense of your world. Making sense of the markets. Because generational wealth doesn't build itself. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free. News. WMAL.
The Mike Levin Show. This is the home of the July 4th Americans. And you can call at 877-381-3811.
Hillsdale College. You know, a few years back, I acquired a copy of the Federalist Papers. And they were of a group of papers turned into books by a printer in Philadelphia, very expensive, time-consuming at the time, paid for by Hamilton, by Alexander Hamilton. He wanted to distribute them in New York. New York was leaning against the Constitution, but he also supplied some copies to Virginia. And I acquired it at no small expense, and I would have it on my desk. And at this time, I think I was writing the book, The Liberty Amendments. And I'd page through it now and then, I really beholding the book. Then I decided one day I was going to lend it for 2 years to the Hillsdale folks for their facility in Washington, D.C. I was invited to speak at an event there where there were donors and others, scholars, patriots. And I decided on the spot, I whispered to my wife, I'm going to give this book to Hillsdale College. It was a big deal. A big deal to me. And I announced it, and that's exactly what I did. It's there now. Then I came across a document. Very, very lucky. Another document, one of a kind. A real piece of history. It involved a man you've heard of from here. And I've talked about before, and I will talk about again. Joseph Warren. Joseph Warren was one of the greatest revolutionaries. But he was killed at the Battle of Bunker. The British wanted him more than anybody else. They got him. Because he stood. He stood with his men at the front lines even when they ran out of gunpowder. And in this letter, It's a letter to the New York Assembly from these Boston patriots begging for more gun power. But they didn't have enough gun power in New York. And about 2 weeks later, Bunker Hill, the battle took place, and they ran out of gunpowder. I treasured that letter. I framed it. I hung it on my wall right here where I broadcast from. I would read it, and then I decided again to donate it to Hillsdale College. To donate the Federalist Papers and to donate this one-of-a-kind, really, truly priceless piece of revolutionary history. I don't know many other hosts that would do that. I don't measure what they do by what I do or vice versa. But I decided that's where they belong. And they're there today. They're there today. You know, the American Revolution didn't just happen. Colonists didn't wake up one day in 1776 and decide to declare independence from Britain. Hillsdale College is a brand new free miniseries on colonial America. In a brand new 6-part documentary series, Hillsdale College professors will teach you the religious, political, cultural, and economic ideas that shaped a uniquely American culture during the colonial period. You'll learn why the idea of liberty, especially religious liberty, inspired the settlers of America to cross the Atlantic. Americans organized local governments, and why America has always been a land where virtue can lead to peace and prosperity. This Hillsdale College miniseries is completely free, and the access is easy as always. Plus, Hillsdale offers more than 40 other free online courses, including a course on C.S. Lewis, the stories in the book of Genesis, and the rise and fall of the Roman Republic. Go right now to levinforhillsdale.com to enroll. That's Levin for Hillsdale.com. No cost. Easy to get started. That's levinforhillsdale.com to register for free. Levin for Hillsdale.com. Hillsdale's been with us a long time. I think it's been very beneficial to both. The brand is known all over the country. They're known as a stellar college with fantastic offerings, thanks to you and this audience in a significant way. And to this industry, radio, we salute you all. I think it's very, very important. President Trump on Air Force One yesterday. Cut one, Mr. Producer, go.
You're criticizing regime change, nation building, the U.S. being involved in that. It seems obviously that your stance has changed on that. What led to that? Is the U.S. nation building now? Is that?
This isn't a country that's on the other side of the world. This isn't a country like where you have to travel 24 hours in an airplane. This is Venezuela. It's in our area, the Don Road Doctrine.
So is that what you would say, that we're in the business?
No, we're in the business of having countries around us that are viable and successful, and where the oil is allowed to freely come out because that's good. It gets the prices down. That's good for our country. We have a very sick neighbor. It's not a neighbor, but it's close to a neighbor, and that's Venezuela. It's very sick. Colombia is very sick too, run by a sick man who likes making cocaine and selling it to the United States, and he's not going to be doing it very long, let me tell you.
It's unbelievable. Now, whatever Trump decides to do, that guy now has to be wetting in his mouth suit, I would think. Cut two, Mr. Producer, go.
The next question is, who's in charge of Venezuela right now? Have you spoken to the newly sworn-in president there, Rodriguez? And what are your thoughts on the entire situation? You said the U.S. would run Venezuela.
We're dealing with the people. We're dealing with the people that just got sworn in. And don't ask me who's in charge, because I'll give you an answer and it'll be very controversial.
What does that mean?
Yes, we're in charge.
Have you spoken with her?
We're in charge.
Have you spoken with her?
No, I haven't, but other people
Do you want
have.
to?
Yeah, at the right time, it'll work.
Did the U.S. give Chelsea Rodriguez any guarantees in exchange for cooperating?
No, but she's cooperating.
Is she, are you going to demand free and fair elections in the short term in Venezuela?
Well, it depends. You know, what you're talking. We have to do one thing in Venezuela, bring it back. It's a dead country right now. It's a country that, frankly, we would have been, if I had lost the election, we would have been a dead country. We would have been Venezuela on steroids. Venezuela right now is a dead country. We have to bring it back. And we're going to have big investments by the oil companies to bring back the infrastructure. And the oil companies are ready to go. They're going to go in. They're going to rebuild the infrastructure. You know, we built it to start off with many years ago. They took it away. You can't do that. You can't do that with me. They did it with other presidents.
That's what I mean. This guy, Trump, he's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now let's talk about this acting president of Venezuela. Delcy Rodriguez, just as corrupt and crooked as Maduro, Marxist also. Delcy Rodriguez, the vice president of Venezuela, who's now serving as acting president. Ready for this? I think she's a fan of Carlson and that crowd. Accused Israel of orchestrating the U.S. operation that led to the capture of former leader Nicolas Maduro. You believe that, Mr. Producer? I think Jews make up like 0.002% of the world population, something like that. And the Israelis are over there in the Middle East, and somehow, you see, they orchestrated the overthrow of Maduro. This is sick. But you're dealing with brain rot. Brain rot. The phony influencers, brain rot. And by the way, I don't excuse Rogan either. Rogan platforms these nut jobs and all the rest of it. He can do better than this. He can do better than this. Speaking in a televised address alongside senior figures from Maduro's inner circle, she blamed the, quote, Zionists for the events surrounding his arrest, echoing familiar rhetoric long used by Venezuela's Chavista leadership, their communist leadership, to fault Israel and its allies for international pressure on the regime. Now, while we're there, these are the Jew haters. America haters are Jew haters. Jew haters are America haters. And she's coming up with the same BS. Let's see here, Mr. Producer. Let's listen to this one. Let's take a look at Katarson here. For now on, it's Comrade Katarson. He likes the communists. He likes the Islamists. It's America he hates. Cut 20 in 2017. This is 2017. Hello. 8 years ago. Katarson, cut 20, go.
We want to share what's an ominous story from Venezuela tonight. Like every other country that has adopted socialism, Venezuela has collapsed inevitably into dire poverty and chaos. Shortages there are universal. Inflation is now in the triple digits. And despite the world's largest oil reserves, that country can't even keep its lights on. Things are so bad that this very moment, the country is plunging into civil disorder as thousands of demonstrators clash with security forces of the president there, Nicolas Maduro. But there's another lesson in Venezuela besides the failure of socialism. In 2012, that country banned the private purchase of firearms and ammunition and launched a massive campaign to disarm the civilian population. That wasn't accidental. You can see where this is going. Faced with the demands that he relinquish power and hold free elections there, President Maduro has decided to unleash armed supporters, their guns weren't taken away, on his disarmed populace. On Monday, Maduro announced his plans to expand the country's civil militia from 100,000 to 500,000, every member gets a gun. The intent is clear. If he and his cronies can't stay in power forever, they will do so with the force of arms, and the masses who have no guns don't stand a chance. Remember that the next time your liberal friends extol the virtues of a gun-free society.
Now, that's the Tucker Carlson you and I admired. Now, the Katarlson, who's a heap of stupidity. Cut 21, go.
Maduro, most people didn't know this, whatever his many faults, I wouldn't hire him as an economist, okay? But whenever there's many faults, it has the most socially conservative country probably in the hemisphere. So Venezuela is just a fact. I mean, I didn't make this up. I'm not in charge of Venezuela. Just noticing that Venezuela has banned pornography, banned abortion, banned gay marriage, banned sex changes, and banned usury. You don't have credit cards with 40% interest in Venezuela. I would personally become poorer to end abortion, voluntarily become poorer to end abortion in the United States. That's not a choice. Don't want to become poor, but I would because I care about it. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're offended that I do, but I care about it. Lots of people care about it. I don't think pornography is good. That really hurts people. You know, I don't think pretending that the sexes are the same is good. And you claimed that you didn't think it was good, but it turns out, quote, I don't get it. Maduro's against Israel. Oh, okay.
Israel. First of all, he's rambling on like a drunk. Rambling on like a drunken Marxist. Israel? Seriously? This guy is such a Jew hater. It's not even funny. And it's worse than that. He's a Christian hater. And it's worse than that. He hates his own country. He's a mumbling buffoon. That's what he's turned into. I don't know what's happened to him over 8 years, and I don't much care. I've been spending months exposing him and his ilk because I don't want us to lose our youth. I don't want us to lose the next election, and I don't want us to lose the country because it's a 50-50 country right now, 52-48, Trump, 53-47. It's too close. And I don't want this country filled with Mandami types and neo-fascist types. We are constitutional conservatives. That's what we are. He's defending a man who stole the election, who has killed his opposition, who's imprisoned tens of thousands, who's unleashed, as he said in his first Catarson monologue, all the reasons he said. I just wanted you to know. We'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
Well, son, I think so too. Now, have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop in and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Did you know you can opt out of winter? With Vrbo, save up to $1,500 for booking a month-long stay. When thousands of sunny homes are waiting for you, why subject yourself to the cold? Put the snow shovel down, put the parka back in the closet, and don't you dare scrape another windshield. Slip into some flip-flops, consider a sunless tan, and use the monthly stays filter to save up to $1,500. Book your warm getaway at Vrbo.com.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and zero weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ bar products, plus free shipping. Try our delicious IQ bar sampler pack with 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, and 4 enhanced coffee sticks. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ bar.
Go to eatiqbar.com and enter code TASTE to get 20% off all IQ bar products plus free shipping. Again, go to eatiqbar.com and enter code TASTE.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Ah, the internet, a place where your curiosity can flourish, unless online threats stop you. The internet is wonderful, but you need to protect yourself online. Protect yourself online with NordVPN. NordVPN encrypts your browsing. Its Threat Protection Pro feature helps you block malware, avoid phishing, and stop digital trackers. Get the best deal at NordVPN.com. Driving liberal elites crazy.
Making sense of your world.
Greatly appreciated.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
I love listening to you.
Making sense of the news. Washington's best way to wake up. O'Connor and Company with Larry O'Connor. Weekday mornings from 5 to 9 on WMAL.
You know, folks, if your credit card balance is freaking out, you're having to pick up all the holiday spending. I have something that can save you money right this second. Cut your cell phone bill in half right now by switching to Pure Talk Saver Plan. Now, you know this is an extremely patriotic company, founded by a veteran and supports our vets. Just $20 a month for unlimited talk, text, 3 gigs of high-speed data on Pure Talk's super-fast nationwide 5G network. Now, you heard me right. $20 a month. And as a veteran-led company who cares about giving back to those who serve, if you're active or a former military or first responder, you're going to save an additional 20% every single month. Hello. I love the sponsors on this program. The easiest way to free up cash flow is to reduce your monthly recurring bills. Don't you hate it when the mail comes in? I can't stand it. All the junk mail and then the bills. Start with cutting overpriced wireless and switching to my wireless company, Pure Talk. All you have to do is dial pound 250, say Mark Levin, and Pure Talk's American customer service team will help you switch in minutes. It's not painful. It's easy. Again, talk, text, data for just, ready? $20 a month. Dial pound 250, say Mark Levin, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Folks, you're saving left and right. Check them out. Dial pound 250, say Mark Levin. Pure Talks, really the top of the top. It's America's wireless company. Folks, don't burn your money. Here's an opportunity to save a ton with a patriotic company founded by a veteran, Pure Talk. Again, dial pound 250, say Mark Levin. Get all the discounts, $20 a month for starters. That's the baseline. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. We love that company. How much time do I have, Rich? Too much good stuff to do in a minute. When we come back, you got to hear some of this, folks. The hypocrites, the contradictions. I want you to hear from our great Secretary of Defense. They try to take out Hegseth because he is a great Secretary of Defense. These missions are carried out with him as, Secretary of War. They should change it to Secretary of Kick Butt. But he's been fantastic, which is why they attack him. The more they attack, the better the person you know. The more successful. This is why they attack Trump the way they attack him. Others who they don't attack because they're not doing it. They're not doing anything well. And our great Secretary of State, who I got to talk to on Friday night before all this took place, and no, I wasn't read into anything, Marco Rubio. So we'll hear from both of them as well. The hypocrites and frauds and the good guys. We'll be right back.
WNAL.
Finding a hoodie that lasts through the season can be tough. The American Giant Classic Full Zip hoodie is made to last a lifetime, so you can count on it year after year. Every American Giant piece is made in America and designed to last. No exceptions. The result is durable clothing that become part of your life. Snag the hoodie that will bring you comfort for life. The American Giant Classic Full Zip. Save 20% off your first order at american-giant.com when you use code STAPLE20 at checkout.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
Well, son, I think so too. Now, have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop in and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9.
The decision. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. After nearly 2 hours behind closed doors, House Speaker Mike Johnson was praised for the decision to capture Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro with his wife, but Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer blasted the move.
Their plan for the U.S. running Venezuela is vague, based on wishful thinking, and unsatisfying.
Schumer has said that he will force a vote on a war powers resolution, but Speaker Johnson stressed we're not at war. This as Maduro and his wife appeared in court to face charges of narco-terrorism in the U.S.
Dating back to 1999, prosecutors say Maduro led an operation that provided law enforcement cover and logistical support to transport thousands of tons of cocaine from producers in Colombia to Venezuela and eventually Central America to then reach the United States.
Fox's Nate Foy outside Manhattan federal court. Activists say at least 29 people have been killed, 1,200 detained in Iran's ongoing economic protests. The figure came from the U.S.-based human rights activist news agency. It said 29 protesters, 4 children, and 2 members of Iran's security forces have been killed. The group, which relies on activist network inside of Iran for its reporting, has been accurate in past unrest.
The protests triggered by a decline in their currency and poor living conditions.
Fox's Trey in Tel Aviv. Demonstrations have reached over 250 locations in 27 of Iran's 31 provinces. The CDC has cut the number of vaccines recommended for children, dropping requirements for the flu vaccine, hepatitis A and B rotavirus, some forms of meningitis, and RSV. Those vaccines are now only recommended for high-risk groups or if their doctors recommend them. Officials say the overhaul won't result in any families losing access or insurance coverage for vaccines. America is listening to Fox News.
Reaction is pouring in after the arrest of Venezuela's president. I'm Dina Kodiak from the Novak Motors News Desk. Good evening. Maryland's lone Republican in Congress says he approves of President Trump's military actions in Venezuela and the removal of President Nicolas Maduro. Andy Harris says there's no doubt that Maduro was a dangerous narco-terrorist who was poisoning tens of thousands of American youth with drugs he was sending to the United States. The 1st District representative says it's about time that he was brought to justice, and he's glad the president did it. Some good news if you were worried that the turmoil over oil-rich Venezuela would cost you more at the pump.
I think in the very short term, there will be no impact from what's developing in Venezuela. There is certainly the promise of a massive uptick in Venezuela's oil outputs.
That's Gas Buddy's Patrick DeHaan. Average gas prices in D.C. are $3.09 today, up 1.4 cents per gallon in the last week, but still down 4 cents from a year ago. Nationwide, a gallon of regular today averages $2.74, down 1.2 cents from last week. Flu cases and hospitalizations are surging across Maryland, and health officials are urging everyone over 6 months old to get a flu shot. The Department of Health says 7 people have died and nearly 2,000 have been hospitalized since September. With respiratory illness activity high, hospitals are being advised to require masks for patients and staff. This season's flu surge began after Thanksgiving and is climbing faster than last year when cases peaked in February. A man in Southeast picked the wrong place and time to allegedly try to rob at gunpoint last Friday. D.C. police say Joseph Wilkins Jr. hit the victim with a gun and robbed the person near Barracks Row around 8:45 p.m. But he didn't get far because an off-duty MPD officer saw it and arrested the man on charges including armed robbery and carrying a pistol without a license and possession with intent to distribute drugs. WMAL News Time is 8:04. I'm Dina Kodiak, and now here's your WMAL traffic and weather from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
In D.C., 295 and 695, no issues. 395 southbound, traffic is stop and go between the 6th and 7th Street exits on Ohio Drive. 395 northbound in Arlington, jammed up between the Pentagon and the 12th Street Tunnel. The Virginia side of the Beltway, no delays on the inner loop or on the outer loop. 66 in Fairfax County is clear. And southbound 95 in Newington, jammed up between the Fairfax County Parkway and 123. And now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Storm Watch 7 forecast.
Tonight, mostly cloudy with lows in the mid-30s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with highs in the mid-50s.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
Well, son, I think so too. Now, have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop in and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
5. Licensed in DC, Maryland, Virginia. 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Mark Levin.
We've once again made contact with our leader, Mark Levin.
Welcome back, America. Mark Levin here. Excuse me, Colorado. Our number 877-381-3811. 877-381-3811. First,
Your hearing enjoyment. We have Secretary Rubio dealing with Stephanopoulos, who is a fake fraud and phony Democrat operative, and always will be. I don't care. You can change his title, but you can't change him. And here he is on ABC, very weak. Cut 7, go.
Is it your position now that the Vice President, Delcy Rodriguez, is now the legitimate president of Venezuela?
Well, this is not about the legitimate president. We don't believe that this regime in place is legitimate via an election, and that's not just us. It's 60-something countries around the world that have taken that view as well, including the European Union. But we understand that there are people in Venezuela today who are the ones that can actually make changes. So, for example, when we want to send in the migrant flights, even though we never recognized the Maduro regime as legitimate, we had to deal with the authorities that controlled the airport. We had to deal with the people who had guns and the people who had control of the airports. We had to deal with them to achieve these objectives. That's different from recognizing their legitimacy. Ultimately, legitimacy for their system of government will come about through a period of transition and real elections, which they have not had. And by the way, it's the reason why Maduro is not just an indicted drug trafficker. He's illegitimate president. He was not the head of state. And I continue to see these media reports referring to him as President Maduro and the head of state. He was not the head of state. He was not the head. And it's not just us saying it. The Biden administration said it. And so did 60-something countries around the world hold that position.
Mm-hmm. And that was the position held by Schmucky Chucky Schumer in 2020. Listen to what he said 5 short years ago. Cut go.
He brags about all these things he wants to do or is doing,
Trump,
but his actions belie his words. Maybe the best metaphor was his claim to bring democracy to Venezuela. There was a big policy there. It flopped. If the policy was working, Juan Guaido wouldn't be in the balcony here. He'd be in Venezuela. He'd be sitting in the president's palace, or at least waging a fight to win. He's here. And the president brags about his Venezuela policy? Give us a break. He hasn't brought an end to the Maduro regime. The Maduro regime is more powerful today and more entrenched today than it was when the president began.
That was 5 years ago. Now today, make that Sunday. Cut 9, go.
President Trump say that he intends for the United States to run Venezuela. It was reckless. It was dangerous. And looking at the president's demeanor, he didn't even seem to be aware of how dangerous and reckless it is. Let me be clear. Maduro is an illegitimate dictator, but launching military action without congressional authorization.
Stop. You know full well that's not required. Now, some people might think it's better policy-wise or I don't care. They're accusing the president of violating the Constitution and the rule of law. He's violated nothing. And he's in the midst of liberating millions of people and eliminating a regime that was working with our enemies who have nuclear weapons and other weapons against the United States. Is it really that hard to understand? These people are so craven. They're so power hungry. Go ahead.
The plan for what comes next is reckless. Now, I was in the skiff on 3 different
Okay, thanks
occasions.
a lot. We heard enough of you. Heard enough of him. Here's Chris Murphy. This guy is among the worst of the worst. Among the worst of the worst. He looks like he's a ghost. I don't ever want to hear him be called white again. He is translucent. He's a translucent American. Very few of them, but he's one of them. But he's also translucently a saboteur of our own country. How do you flip from opposing Maduro and wanting him removed and blaming Trump for not removing him, and then Trump removes him and then attacking Trump? He didn't go to Congress. Tell me, have the Democrats in Congress agreed to pass the next budget? No. Have they agreed to reform health care? No. Did they open the borders to all of our enemies? Yes. Do I really need to go on? The party of Mondami, the party of AOC, the party of Bernie the Red Stalinist Sanders, the party of Jamie the Red Raskin? Seriously? They agree with Maduro, for God's sakes. Now here's Chris Murphy. Cut 11, go.
So over the past decade, Nicolas Maduro, the brutal dictator of Venezuela, has presided over a stunning collapse of the Venezuelan economy that has caused nearly 8 million Venezuelans to leave that country, most of which destined for the United States. Part of the reason why we saw 10,000 people showing up at the border every day last year. Remember that the United States just can't handle the current resources because of the meltdown of the Venezuelan economy. And so it's no surprise that
that in the election that was held this week, Maduro clearly lost. Briefings that I've received today suggest that Maduro not only lost, he probably lost in a landslide and is attempting as we speak to steal the election. If he's successful, not only will Venezuela continue to spiral into political and economic chaos, but you will see more people come to the southern border. Maduro is now in a
enough. So the Democrats, the Marxists, the Islamists, listen to them. The neo-fascist woke right, listen to these people. It's sick. But here he is, the same Chris Murphy on CNN yesterday. That was only a year ago on CNN yesterday. Go.
There's no question that Maduro was a destabilizing force, not just in Venezuela, in the region. And there are people celebrating in the streets all over South America and Venezuelan expats abroad. So is it fair to say that there is some benefit in Maduro not being in power?
But what changes? I mean, you just heard Senator Cotton effectively not be able to explain who's running the country.
Yeah, this is so pathetic. They just removed the leader of a country, regime change. And this guy's upset because we don't know exactly how this is all going to work out in terms of a new leader and who's going to run what. Isn't that outrageously stupid? And obviously purposefully partisan? But then Bash, to her credit, she gets credit every 1,000 interviews because she's awful. Listen to this. Cut 13, go.
In 2019, you wrote an op-ed and you called for Maduro to be gone. You said, let's get one thing straight. There should no longer be any debate about Maduro's lack of democratic legitimacy. The Trump administration is right to put restoring Venezuelan democracy at the center of our approach to this crisis. A return to a stable democracy is in the interest of the Venezuelan people and the United States and the hemisphere. We don't know what's going to happen with regard to the civilian leadership there. Tom Cotton was just here saying that he hopes that there are democratic elections. Isn't that what you want?
Well, the rest of that article, right, was a criticism of President Trump's early moves to saber rattle around regime change.
What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? You're a fraud and a phony and a punk, quite frankly. I mean, we should all be celebrating what's been done here by the President of the United States. All of us. Then this guy, Chris Van Hollen. He's a Marxist Islamist. His wife is a nut. May I say that? It's true. Look, if it wasn't true, I wouldn't say it. She's a radical kook. Has a lot of influence over this guy. Marilyn, thank you for sending this guy to the Senate. This hard. Isn't this the guy that went to, where did he go? El Salvador, Mr. Producer? Hung out with Garcia. They were swapping spit or something down there. This guy, these people are sick. Sick. Cut 14, go. Oh, by the way, this Margaret Brennan is a disaster. She's the worst. She's not only left, she's stupid, like most of them, but particularly stupid. Go ahead.
On the question of war powers, does the president have the legal authority to do what he's doing?
No, he does not. I mean,
You're on the Appropriations Committee. You've got power. What can you do about it?
All right, stop. Stop. Listen to her. She's not armed with any information. You folks are armed with it now. The end of the first hour and the beginning of the second hour. This is why they hate me, in particular in conservative talk radio generally. Because I expose them for what they are. With facts, with history, with information, with knowledge. And they have an agenda. They're activists. They're ideologues. You're in the Appropriations Committee. You've got power. What can you do about it? Go ahead.
I worked with Senator Merkley already to offer a resolution in the United States Senate to cut off any U.S. taxpayer dollars to fund an attack against Venezuela. Republicans blocked us from doing it.
So stop. He's bragging about this. That he offered a resolution with another nut job from Oregon. Who was it? Let's see here. It was, what was the guy's name? If it's Markey, that's Massachusetts. I think he said Merkley. Yeah, it's Merkley. Oregon. Whack job. Hey, look, Don't blame me. I offered a resolution to block funding for military action against Venezuela. The Republicans stopped me. Here's the problem. People who have suffered under these regimes are never interviewed by these Sunday shows. None of them. By these woke Reich, neo-fascist podcasters. Let me ask you a question. Has there been a Venezuelan who suffered under that regime ever interviewed by Joe Rogan? Interviewed by Carlson? And the rest of the reprobates in that cabal? Yes or no? No. No. And so what do these Sunday shows? They interview politicians who don't agree with Trump. That's what they interview. How about the people suffering in Iran? Have they interviewed any of those people? No, it doesn't even occur to them. Doesn't even occur to them. Doesn't occur to them to interview a hostage or families that lost loved ones on October 7th. Doesn't even occur to them. Doesn't occur to them to interview any of the families that have lost children or other loved ones in this country from illegal aliens. Doesn't even occur to them. Now let's get Bernie Sanders, Holland. That's who we all want to hear from, right? The Washington Democrat Party, radical left-wing establishment. Whenever there's a problem, that's who we want to hear from, right? No, wrong. They all interview each other. Then you got this fraud rogue Khanna, who pretended to be a moderate. He's no moderate. He's a fraud and a fink. Cut 15, go.
What has struck you most about the events of really
Well,
less
what a
than
tough question from Jen Psaki. A failed mouthpiece for a failed president and a failed administration. Hey, what has struck you most? Hey, that's a tough question. Folks, you could get a monkey to ask a question like that. Maybe even a hamster for all I know. Go ahead.
Well, it's not just the lawlessness. Obviously, he flouted Congress and the Constitution.
Obviously, he flouted Congress and the Constitution. No, he didn't flout Congress and the Constitution. You moron. Oh, he's more. Go ahead.
International law, so much that France...
No, he didn't flout international law either. Here's another hate America firster. This buffoon went to the same law school I did, but apparently he banged his head against the wall going into one of the classes. Let's go on to the next moron. Now, let's take a little break first. We'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
Well, son, I think so too. Now, have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop in and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why, like you, she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Did you know you can opt out of winter? With Vrbo, save up to $1,500 for booking a month-long stay. When thousands of sunny homes are waiting for you, why subject yourself to the cold? Put the snow shovel down, put the parka back in the closet, and don't you dare scrape another windshield. Slip into some flip-flops, consider a sunless tan, and use the monthly stays filter to save up to $1,500. Book your warm getaway at Vrbo.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Maybe you haven't heard about us. We're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless has you paying for more data than you might need. Why? They might want you to cover the cost of younger people who do use all that data. If you're not using the data, you're probably being used. We've heard time and time again that some Big Wireless customers get stuck paying hundreds and even thousands more for years and years because they think it's hard to switch. Not with us. It takes just about 20 minutes and you can change your plan anytime without extra charges. We use the same towers as the big guys, so you'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Our plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Making sense of your world.
I agree with everything you're saying.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
My heart is great for what's going on.
Making sense of the news. WMAL's Vince Colonnese. Weekdays at noon on 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
Venezuelan people, by the zillions who've escaped that police state regime, they are thrilled. They are celebrating. Why not interview them, for God's sakes? Chris Murphy? Ro Khanna? The hell? Listen to this. In Washington, D.C., hat tip Nicholas Valesi. Cut 19, go.
This day is unbelievable. I mean, I'm 59, I'm maybe 99, and I'll be remembered this day because I thought it will never happen. What President Donald Trump did today, oh my goodness, this is going to run for the books of history.
I'm just like, we are so very happy. Like, most of people doesn't understand what happening. But since I was a little girl, like I was 6 years old when Chavez got into power. So I haven't been living any other reality on my country. So this is huge for us.
Really is one of the wonderful days for this year. And I'm really happy and grateful with Trump that he really do it. Because we were waiting like for a long time that this happened, but finally it's done.
I am very happy. Really, it's an amazing day for us.
Yes, we are really happy.
Venezuela libre! I love you. God bless you, Trump.
But the Sunday shows don't interview any of them. They don't interview any of the Iranians. They don't interview any of the Israelis. They don't interview the people who are free or safe, who are allied with us. They bring in these rotten, good-for-nothing Democrat political hacks. They bring them on TV. They bring them on the Sunday shows. They lie about the Constitution. They lie about the law. They lie about what they said a year before. Then on the internet, you've got these insane neo-fascist, woke, right, isolationist buffoons who are in bed with the enemy. You've got Marjorie Trader Green. You've got Carlson. The whole damn list. That's all people hear. Them and them. Donald Trump is the great liberator. I told him the other night. In many ways, he reminds me of Andrew Jackson. Came under vicious attack. An election was stolen from him. In fact, his wife came under such horrible attack, she got very ill and she passed away. And in other ways, he reminds me of Reagan, his boldness, his courageousness. And Newt Gingrich pointed that out last night on my show on Fox. The really unique and stellar man and president. Too bad many people will appreciate him only after he leaves the presidency. And of course, the neo-fascist, woke right isolationists are now stabbing the president in the back because they're not us. They're not one of us. They may have been 5 years ago, but they're not today. I'll be right back.
WNAL.
If your credit card balance is freaking you out after all the holiday spending, I have something that can save you money right now. Cut your cell phone bill in half by switching to Pure Talk Saver Plan. Just $20 a month for unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on Pure Talk's super-fast nationwide 5G network. As a veteran-led company that cares about giving back to those who serve, if you're active or former military or a first responder, you'll save an additional 20% every single month. The easiest way to free up cash flow is to reduce your monthly recurring bills. Start with cutting overpriced wireless and switching to my wireless company. Just dial pound 250 and say Mark Levin, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will help you switch in just minutes. Again, talk, text, and data, just $20 a month. Dial pound 250, say Mark Levin, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Dial pound 250, say Mark Levin. Pure Talk is America's wireless company.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
No, son, I think so too. Now, have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop in and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and zero weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping. Try our delicious IQ Bar sampler pack with 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, and 4 enhanced coffee sticks. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ Bar.
Go to eatiqbar.com and enter code TASTE to get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping. Again, go to eatiqbar.com and enter code TASTE.
Weight Watchers now offers access to affordable GLP-1s. It works for members like,
I'm Haley, and I've lost 100 pounds. Weight Watchers has everything I need, from weight loss medications to nutrition support and help with my side effects. It's all in one place.
Weight Watchers handles the insurance for you and offers affordable cash pay options. With our program, our members are losing more weight with expert nutrition and side effect support.
I'm Mike, and I've lost 135 pounds. Weight Watchers prescribing GLP-1 medications. It's been life-changing.
I'm Sharia, and I lost 80 pounds on Weight Watchers. I realized that it would take more than a prescription to lose weight and feel good on a GLP-1.
Better results, expert support, lose more weight, make it last.
I can't imagine doing a GLP-1 without Weight Watchers.
Get started for as low as $25 at weightwatchers.com/GLP-1. For over 60 years, we've helped millions of members find what works for them. Now it's your turn. Weight Watchers, watch it work.
Making sense of your world.
I agree with you 100%.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
There's a lot of us out there
making sense of the news. WMAL. Making sense of the vote because elections have consequences. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
Mark Levin, a proud conservative. No ifs, ands, or buts. Call in at 877-381-3811.
You know, folks, credit card debt is still massive, is it not? Many of you are still suffering from a lot of debt under the prior regime. You're trying to fight your way out of it. Those credit cards, they just pile up. The debt piles up. You're not alone, you know. If you're a homeowner, you might have considered reaching out to the best of the best, our friends at American Financing, like I have, as Rich has, my daughter has. But you've hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate, right? Well, that's why American Financing created the Smart Equity Loan. It's genius, absolute genius. A simple, smart way to get your finances back on track without giving up your low mortgage rate. Unlike what they call a HELOC, which can fluctuate with the market, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate. So you'll have one predictable monthly payment, and it'll be a low rate. It lets you use your home's equity to pay off high interest debt, free up your cash flow, and still keep your existing mortgage intact. Now, if your mortgage rate's too high, they can take care of that too, as well as your credit card debt by combining your debt. These are good people. They know what they've done, how to do this. They've done it for so many people in this audience, patriots. Now, there's no upfront fees to find out if you qualify, none. So call American Financing right now. They're available. I wouldn't sit on this any longer. 888-900-1828. 888-900-1828. That's 888-900-1828 or visit AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org. APR rates are in the 5s, start at 6.196% for well-qualified borrowers. Call 888-900-1828 for details about credit costs and terms.
So we have this guy, Mondumi, this Islamist, Marxist, and definitely American-hating, Christian-hating, Jew-hating moron. And he's hitting the ground running. In 48 hours, 72 hours, he's already turning New York City upside down. They have the Muslim call to prayer there. If you haven't heard that, just start traveling around New York. Listen to this guy. Cut 25. Go.
So I guess this is Mamdani's New York now.
5 times a day. That's a story in Queens. 5 times a day. Enjoy. They're very tolerant, you know, the Islamists, very tolerant. We don't want to live and coexist side by side. We want to control and crush. I heard one of these imams say this online. He's not lying. Mandami's New York City Chief Counsel, Ramzi Qassem, represented an Al-Qaeda defendant, represented this guy Khalil, born in Syria, the worst of the worst. And he makes him the head lawyer of the city. Excuse me, corporate counsel. That's the head chief counsel, the head lawyer of the city. He's downgraded already. The commissioner of the NYPD. Downgraded them. He already repealed an executive order signed previously to protect Jews. And he signed an order reversing their anti-BDS stance. So right out of the box, he's targeting Jews, right out of the box. So the 30% stupid, liberal, left-wing, kook, Jewish people, 30%, 70% voted against him. But that 30%, you contributed to your own demise, you bastards. Don't you get it? But of course, they weren't the only ones, were they? No. Plenty of other faiths involved, too. Or no faith. Plenty. Here's Mandani's New York City Chief Counsel, Ramzi Qassem. In October of last year, just a few months ago, hacked@memory.org, the best site among sites, MEMRI.org. By the way, excuse me, cholera. You know, unless they're really informational like Memory is or newsworthy, I'm no longer mentioning websites, promoting them, giving them big audiences. Same with podcasters and others who don't reference this program and you, my audience. I'm not going to do it anymore, Mr. Producer. You agree? Yeah, that's it. No more. Believe it or not, I'm too nice. I'm just too nice. So here he is, Ramzi Qassem, October 2025, his new chief counsel, the lawyer that will lord over New York City. Go.
There's no shortage of models for us in our own communities. There's, of course, Sister Linda Sarsour. She's found her place to stand. She knows the path that she's on.
Yes, Sister Linda Sarsour, big-time Jew hater, big-time America hater, big-time Islamist, big-time Trump hater. She's sister. She's a sister. Go ahead.
Raj, who earlier so ably coaxed you out of your money, is another example for all of us. At a time when it would have been unthinkable to challenge the NYPD's Muslim surveillance program.
Muslim surveillance program. Wasn't a Muslim surveillance. See, these activists are such damn liars. If they got word that a particular mosque or an imam was radicalizing, promoting terrorism, yes, they would involve themselves in that, as they should. As they should. Go ahead.
First to raise his hand and to say, I'll do it. I hope that those of you who have not yet donated to an organization like CARE can do that tonight.
I've been warning you about CARE for 25 years. That this is a Hamas front group, that it is an Islamist radical group. When I started in radio, they would intimidate and threaten program directors and broadcast companies and hosts. I said, no, bring it on. And if you libel me, I will sue you and I'll own everything you have and I'll get access to all your contacts and donors. I still feel that way, of course. So that's his chief counsel. Now he's got a tenant director, a director of tenants. And her name is Sia Weaver. Sia Weaver. Here's what she said in February 2022 that drew Mandami Dakami's attention. Cut 24, go.
I think the reality is that for centuries we've really treated property as an individualized good and not a collective good. and we are going to transitioning to treating
Stop a
it.
second. How many people own a house? How many people own a house? Is that a collective good? Did the collective get you that house, or did you breaking your back every day and going to work get you that house? Saving money, being a responsible citizen, paying your taxes, getting educated. I don't necessarily mean going to college, learning a trade. Was that collective? This is a completely alien and hostile ideology, this collective stuff. Collective means the dehumanization of you. You have a home, it's your property, you've earned it, you're proud of it, you keep it up. Nobody else does, you do it. Can't rely on the government. Can you imagine relying on the government? The government's filled with morons like this. They don't know their you-know-what from a you-know-what. They reject the Enlightenment right in front of you. They're rejecting the Enlightenment. They're rejecting the Declaration that's built on the Enlightenment as well as Judeo-Christian beliefs. They reject Judeo-Christian beliefs. They reject the Enlightenment. I wrote a whole book on it, on power, and I've explained this to you over and over again. This is what we're up against. Private property for centuries. It's been viewed as an individual right, not a collective. Tell me, when you get up in the morning, is it a collective decision for you to get up in the morning and do your job? I just want people to understand what's going on here. These are dangerous, vicious ideologues. They defend Maduro, who slaughters people, imprisons people, tortures people. That's the collective. That's the warmth of communism, the warmth. The warmth. When you spit up your guts all over yourself, that's the warmth you feel. Go ahead.
A collective good and towards a model of shared equity will...
I don't know what shared equity means. What is shared equity? Shared equity means Cambodia 30 years ago, where they slaughtered 25% of the population. Where even if you were lowered to the point where you had to go into the rice fields, the rice paddies, with a basket, they needed to make sure that you took exactly the same amount as the other person. That's the shared equity. Slogans and phrases. Go ahead.
Differently, and it will mean that families, especially white families, but some POC families who are homeowners as well, are going to have a different relationship to property than the one that we currently have.
Ooh, a relationship with property that's different, Mr. Producer. She's a totalitarian. Folks, this is Maoism, Leninism, Marxism, Castroism, call it whatever you want. This is what they elected in New York City. Bigots, Jew haters, Christian haters, American haters, attacking our founding, the Enlightenment, the Judeo-Christian value system. This is who they elected. And by the way, not that different from the neo-fascist woke right. You know, the people in Iran are rising up. They're being killed. They're rising up. Our great president has promised to help them if they keep killing them, and I'm sure he will, because he's a man of his word. And yes, I favor regime change over there, and I always have. Ooh. Ooh. Yes, it's the right thing to do for us and others. But notice they all stand on the same side. How's this in America's interests? Folks, isolationism is a death ideology, and these people are a death cult. These enemies are scheming against us. They're scheming against our allies. Notice they don't target each other. Fascists don't target fascists, and communists don't target communists, Islamists. I call it the Marxist-Islamist fusion. Now I think I should call it the Marxist-Islamist-Fascist fusion, given the neo-Nazis on the right. We'll be right back.
Mark Levin.
WMAL. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
No, son, I think so too. Now, have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop in and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Well, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Do you know what employees say is their number one perk at work? Extra PTO? Nope. Gym memberships? Guess again. It's free lunch. And what's the best way to order food for work? Easy Cater, a food tool built for the modern workplace. With online ordering from a huge variety of restaurants for any group size, tools to meet dietary needs and stay on budget, employee meal programs, and more, all on one platform. So perk up your workplace with Easy Cater. Order now at easycater.com.
At Grand Canyon University, we believe in equal opportunity, and the American dream starts with purpose. By honoring your sacred vocation in technology, you impact your family, your friends, and your community. GCU's certificates, bachelor's, and master's online programs can accelerate your critical thinking abilities, helping solve complex business challenges with innovative technology solutions. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium.
All right, I'm going to end it here, and I'll be back later.
And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping. Try our delicious IQ Bar